What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another episode of my Ulm playthrough here, where we intend to put the entire of Europa and hopefully more into fully accepted culture status, but also under our control. Now, I noticed, guys, I noobed it up a little bit here, guys. I've had this edict on for many years now. So we've been paying 0.36 ducats a month in state maintenance for no reason. Let's remove this for now. My bad, but thankfully we kept our head above debt, which means inflation is doing alright. This was mostly events here that ripperinoed us. Yeah, so that's not an issue. And we're doing quite well economically. That's one way that we're doing quite well. But this episode, guys, I plan to go in against Onspark, who has made another ally, and hopefully he doesn't make yet another ally here, or else he might become quite difficult. Truce just came up here with him, so if we cancel that, transfer trade, we should be able to declare war on the 9th when my morale has improved. Right, and Salzburg would actually help us out, so we can call him in if needed. Now, before we go to war this episode, Württemberg has become a valid rival again. I'm thinking about this the last rival slot here just before we go back to war. It looks like if we do Saxony, my truce comes up in 1 year. That could be yet another show strength opportunity there against Saxony before we become too powerful. But army tradition's at 25, guys, and it's about to get higher here. As we quickly just stickity stack wipe on Spark here. I'm at military tech 5, so let's quickly check his friends. Yep, we're ahead of them in tech, and we've got a superb general. So I suspect that we will stack wipe this guy before Nuremberg can even reinforce. Excellent. Let's wait till we tick over to next month here to get a little bit of morale back and reinforce. So we can see that we're slightly outnumbered. Nuremberg with the 2 shock versus our 4 shock. Excellent. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I told you guys, is so OP. So OP, please nerf. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this to the burghers now. And the reason is actually I want to keep the burghers happy, guys. And development cost. We're very far ahead in admin and Diplo, as we don't have anything to spend it on. And I want to actually be able to develop... Oh, geez, I can't actually say that one. Ingolstadt. And Onspark. I want to be able to develop them through the roof with our points, because we shall be a small nation initially here, as the aggressive expansion is brutal, but we shall be the greatest of small nations. We're currently 35th in score, and hopefully flying through the ranks here. So, made short work of these fools, and it's time to siege them all down simultaneously. Hopefully, if we reinforce a bit and we loot these provinces, we're not losing too much money. Würzburg actually participating now. Excellent. But that went nice and smoothly, eh, guys? Very good. Oh, let's cancel this military access with 2 overall slots. Yeah, feeling good about how things are currently going. Currently, oh, nice. Currently, Saxony only has the ally of Nuremberg, which we may actually be able to cancel here and go straight in against him if our truce is up. Comes up, okay, so it's about a year from now that it will come up. Who knows? We will see. But that's a good thing to do here, as we're about to gain some aggressive expansion. Alright, we have our first age bonus available, and the obvious ones are aggressive expansion impact reduction, and to be able to make claims off of claims. The thing is, guys, although the aggressive expansion is huge, I think the claims off of claims are also huge, right? Because it's going to allow me, for example, to claim both of these as opposed to just one of them. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And here's hoping I don't regret that. Nice. Now continuing with that siege progress as well. I'm definitely enjoying this little game here, guys. We are under threat of Austria attacking us. Salzburg and Ravensburg would help us out, there's no doubt about that. And maybe Milan, as Milan's on the winning side of this war. He's a pretty affluent guy. I think Milan would help us, so I think Austria probably would not have the courage to do it. He's fallen below great power status, so he's actually weaker than Lithuania, apparently. Lithuania, who has allied the Livonian Order, even though he has claimed up his entire country via a mission. I think we're holding kind of position diplomatically here. We're protected from Austria, I think. Okay, I definitely want to be making use of our 2 siege general. No! Getting bad events, man. Feels bad, man. In that case, I will actually boost up to 1. I do value my stability, guys. And, yep. We've got the admin points available, I mean. We certainly do. But it's not very pleasant to get this bad luck. Hopefully it doesn't continue in this manner going into the future. Alright, Baden. You know, if we vassalize Baden, we get reconquest of 13. That's not bad, dude. I really want to do that, but I'm struggling. I have too many diplomatic relations. I kind of value these two because I have the favors with them. I just have too many diplomatic relations. It's okay. This guy's... He's not worth anything, man. Let's have him steer trade. No. Okay, forget about it. Let's try to get some prestige from him, though. By cancelling rivals. Yeah, that's what I thought. This guy's going to cost us way too much. Aggressive expansion to take his province. Unfortunately. So I'm sitting here in an effort to actually prevent the revolt from being so large. Alright, truce is up with Saxony. So boom. Ulm expands once again. Saxony has nothing. We need 9k to take him out. on his capital. But let's quickly go ahead and lock him down and make sure that he's got no real opportunity to do anything here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and... I think it's time. I think it's time, guys, that we hire advisors despite, you know, being in an economic deficit. Because I value my... I have a surplus of cash and I value my monarch points because those monarch points can go into Onspark here shortly. And that will... Oh, I can't break through. God dang it. Strengthen our economy more by developing. That's what it's all about, lads. So Saxony's as good as dead. He's got a total of 3k. We just need to go hunt those down. And of course this war is over show's strength, which gives us yet more monarch points, putting us that much over the 100 power projection as well. But of course I want to rush this down. Now unfortunately an extra merchant is really not going to do much for us. I can't even reach Constantinople. So very often an extra merchant would be quite helpful, but for us we'll probably have to collect in Saxony or something like that, which will, or Rhine. We'll collect in the Rhineland as we'll own some of the Rhineland soon. Yeah, not worth very much at all, unfortunately, that merchant, which is often not the case. That merchant often would be worth a little bit. Well, I can't find his troops, but according to this, they're sitting in Brandenburg. This war is over. Great. This war is over, and Milan expanded. So hopefully, given some time, if our allies would currently not back us up, hopefully they would, given some time. We're doing perfectly fine diplomatically as it happens. Thuringian separatists, that's got me interested. If they could be successful, then that's an independent nation there, but Brandenburg will probably be able to clear them up. Nice. Breaking through here on Dresden. Which is very good because right now we're suffering from this and I don't particularly want to walk. So is transfer trade power or steer trade smarter? I think maybe it's cheaper. Like I just said, we're going to be collecting in the Rhine shortly. I think transfer trade power is the smarter choice here. And then we will get some prestige. Once again, that prestige will certainly help us, especially if we're going to be fighting nations, if we're going to continue to fight wars where we're outnumbered. But yeah, getting a nice little bit of cash there. It might be time to drop that. No, it's not. We need to accept the Renaissance, and we're actually expanding a little bit, which means the Renaissance will become a little bit more expensive, but it's still going to be cheap, I would say. Seems that way to me. Alright, Bavarian Revolt is only 8k large. Boom. Monarch points, boys. Monarch points. And like I said, merchant, which is unfortunately not going to serve us very well. So we're at 1.59 in trade. According to this, we actually have some trade power here. I think the Rhine is smarter. It's slightly more valuable. I think that's where we want to be. Certainly if we integrate this in a few years. So it's 1.59. Now he's already there, so let's see how much it adjusts at the end of the month. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was like a fraction of a ducat right there. Nice. That's definitely significant at our size, without a doubt. That's no joke. Got a little bit of cash from that one. Excellent. Oh, he's actually allied to Austria. No, he borders Austria. The warning. No. See, I was thinking we need to expand away from Austria because of the warning, but plot twist. Austria borders him over here. So the warning lasts for another 14 years. No, the Palatinate was totally the way to go. This is a 6-year truce. Yeah, so we definitely need to look up in this direction. That's impossible. That's the Lubecan Trade League, as well as strong diplomacy. So it's going to have to be something like Hesse. That does look achievable, especially if Salzburg will help us out. Alrighty, it's time to utilize our claims off of claims to get some claims on Hesse. Starting with mains to get through. And I need to cancel my access here finally. Alrighty, now we do have to keep our army maintenance up if we intend to actually fight this. But we can let it get to 90%. I just have to keep a hawk eye on that. Alright, court unstuck up nice and quickly, thankfully, due to it being part of the German culture group. Yep, so we're losing money when I turn my maintenance up, but not much. I am 1 over, and once I'm actually going to develop here fairly soon. We're going to be in pretty good shape, especially if I develop it up and I build a temple there, a church. We're already at 3 development. I've got plenty of admin to utilize. I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, once again, this guy's 53. It's annoying. I wish he was slightly younger, but that's always the way as republics. I like the idea cost reduction. We're going to keep him alive, and we got Diplo points that time. Well, I actually value my 5 Republican tradition there more than anything, believe it or not, guys. So, just going to go ahead and do that. We did not gain 2 mercantilism there. Nice, 50% increased tax for this year. Check it out, lads. 3 province minor with the subject. Beauty, mate. That's unlawful territory, though. I can't get a royal marriage. So I'm going to really struggle to integrate Wolfsburg, unfortunately. Okay, that rebel stack's at 90%. Even with low morale, we should be okay. 4 shock. Yep. We're just fine there. No problem. So I'm waiting to accept the Renaissance, which should just be a moment. This here, and the Renaissance, of course, gives you reduced construction and development cost, both good for us. And then I'm going to dump my points while I have this bonus into Ansbach in particular. Salt here is not the worst, neither is it the greatest. But we have admin points, and yeah. Get some of that sweet, sweet tax. So Brandenburg pulled off an alliance with Poland. Not the best thing for me to see there. Okay, let's continue making claims where we can. Should think about them though. We're basically going to be fighting this war, which could be challenging. I think Salzburg will help us, and we're strong. We're definitely strong. Mainz is at Tech 5. Munster's at Tech 5. Okay, that's got me a little bit worried. I need to save up my military points to Tech up, I think, which means this idea bonus is basically going to be a thing of the past. There must be something else creative we can do with these claims. The problem is that I need to actually be able to claim them. It could definitely be Brandenburg. Looks like a lot of people will help us. Bohemia will help us if we give him land. Interesting. So the question is, maybe if Poland goes in against the Teutonic Order, he won't back Brandenburg up. Especially Poland's inclined to actually have rebels spawn and so on. Now this is of course just Poland as well. It's not Lithuania. We could, if we're going to have Bohemia help us, guys, we could potentially fight all of it. Let's fabricate. It's plausible. We could fight the whole alliance of our whole alliance. Especially if we increase in size in the rate that we are. We are the mighty Ulm. Let us not forget, lads. What do we have to fear, really? Now, goods produced and caravan trade power. It's funny because we're kind of like a bad trader, but we're going to be better at trading than I would otherwise expect to be. I should turn my maintenance down. Come on, dude. Let's make some money. Losing our money there. This rebel faction has been dealt with. Yeah, I think it's Hesse, but geez, it's we do have the discipline. Cavalry flanking ability was our trait. Not too good at all. No, no, that's bad. I'm gonna try roll another one. That's bad, dude. Speaking of which, I'll discipline. We needed that. Yes. Yeah, we need that. I'm thinking if we go in against Mainz and he gets reinforced before we wipe him, we could struggle at that point, guys. Now, let's not tick up. Let's not tick up. We can embrace Renaissance and tick up without that penalty. How's our aggressive expansion doing? Not bad, not bad. We're moving slow. It's 1466. Yeah, I'm not going to take that, though. We're going to tick up our military points. I'm just waiting for the second claim on SE here, and I'm waiting for the Renaissance to finally finish. It's going to be next year, apparently. We're not capped because of the fact that we're behind. Tick. Oh, nice. This ruler's got pretty good traits. He's turning into a pretty good ruler, but he's elderly now. So what can you do? How's the clergy? We could actually manage that. Yeah, we could actually manage that. So be it. I usually don't bother. I mean, if we do this, the loyalty will be up, though. Yeah, let's get some people influence. That's what I usually do anyway. Who cares about innovativeness, guys? Looks like our innovativeness will go up a bit anyway because we will be ahead. Alrighty. That's really cheap. Excellent. We're gonna go ahead and develop Unspark. We could develop this as well, but let's do Unspark. So, we should gain Embrace Renaissance once it spreads to these two provinces. All the more incentive to develop these. Because it moves it along faster. So let's go up to 20. I'll go up to 21 just because I got the admin points available. Now, yep, that's a good investment, but we're actually not so wealthy now at all. The war will make us wealthy. If the war is decisive, that will make us wealthy. Okay, going up to 10 dramatically increases this. Wait, why is that worth so little? Huh? It's stated up. No, no way. It will change. What? That's why. Yeah. It's artificially low because he demanded it back. And in fact, OnSpark is much better than it appears. With that 11, it's even better than our capital, in fact. But it's just not apparent right now. Because of that stupid demand unlawful territory, which will go away. Go away in 2 years' time. Cool. Yes. Now I gotta remember to remove these modifiers eventually. So it's the military tech that I'm interested in here, guys. I'd like to go up to military tech 6. As I'm a little bit concerned about this war. Hesse, Munster, Nassau, Mainz. So Ravensburg and Salzburg would help me, and they both have plenty of favors. You know what? I think we can do it. Let's build that cav though. It's going to be yet more unlawful territory. God dang it. So let's look at the next bonus that I can take here. This stuff intrigues me because I'm a noob. Now, the absolutism, obviously, guys, is good. Real good. But you have to keep in mind that it's not the age of absolutism. We don't have it. The length of election term is good as well, though. The thing about the length of election term, though, is it means it will take longer to build up due to higher stats. But the length of election term means the faster that they proc, the faster I'll be spending Republican tradition on them. So I don't actually know which one I like more. This one will make it much more economical for Republican tradition to stay high, which I think I prefer, but it will take a lot longer to build up to good stats. Crap, I don't know which one I like more. I think it has to be the prioritizing the Republican tradition one that boosts our absolutism anyway, but the absolutism does absolutely nothing for us until it's finally take some Diplo points there. Yeah, until it's... You get the point. You get the point, guys. Absolutism doesn't do anything until we have absolutism, right? In the age of absolutism. Makes sense to me. Here we go. Here we go. Let's improve our morale. And off to war we go, lads. Gotta take out Mainz. Instagib Mainz. That's the plan. This war hopefully will be economical. It's gonna be tough to integrate Wolfsburg, I know it. Because he'll keep demanding unlawful territory from us. It was definitely a good move, though, to take him, without a doubt. We're so much stronger. So, let's compare forces. Yeah, we got this, dude. We got this. We're ahead or way ahead of them. We've got a good general, we've got discipline. And if we're lucky here, yes, we'll stack wipe them before it reinforces. Boom. Boom. The mighty Ulm. The mighty Ulm. Wrecking face. like it ain't no thing. Baden's up and running at full force. So the warning is 78. 78. It's 11 years from now. That's brutal. We've got to keep going out in this direction. So I can annul Munster's alliance with Clone, and then he looks pretty vulnerable. I like that. I like that. Clone's next. Now in this war I intend to take both these provinces, so we'll see how our aggressive expansion is doing. Now I want to remove this when I can. Okay, Salzburg's sitting here for us, but I don't trust him to maintain the siege, so let's do this. We should be looting a lot of cash right now. And as it happens, they don't actually appear to be doing anything productive themselves. You know what? I don't think we're going to be attacking Brandenburg. He's too strong, obviously. But we don't have the aggressive expansion available either. I'm going to instead choose to try to grab Savoy for strategic reasons. He's stronger, and yeah, I'd really like to smash Switzerland in the future, but let's try to get some favors with him, I suppose. If we can befriend him, that would be nice. Nice, so both of these are effectively integrated. And that means that's another age bonus completed in a second. And it looks like that's just about all we're going to actually get for now. Nice, it would be nice to take that from Bavaria in the future for sure. Oh yeah, Bavaria is definitely looking vulnerable. We just need the warning from Austria to disappear. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Looking good. Looking real good. Look at these guys, they're cowards. They're just so intimidated by us. They won't even defend themselves. Now I think Mainz doesn't have any troops participating in this, but you know what, we're collecting in the Rhine. Let's have transfer trade power. I think truce time is something to consider with Mainz, because he's definitely killable if he's looking vulnerable. But yeah, let's get some of that cash there. Wow, there's this whole stack there. Jeez, in the woods, if I don't have allies nearby, they might actually win. Honestly. So hopefully, don't just man up on me. Come on, take this. Yes. Yes! Yes! We're too good at this game. Once this guy's yeah, I might just let our allies take the L here, because if I can just sit on this capital and separate piece him, then however many troops he's participating in the war effort, they will be removed. Expand Ulm. Ooh, that's good. That's real good. The development in general is nice, but the development cost reduction on Onspark would be nice. Construction cost on Onspark would be nice. Right now I don't have cash. I'm just going to hold off just a little bit. Yeah, I guess we keep this guy alive. Try to get those military points that we desire here, guys. He's got good traits, so give us military. Admin that time. Okay, that's alright. He's 57. Hoping this guy sticks around now as he's 44CX. 44CX. Do you guys know one of the only, let's be honest, I was going to say one of the differences between Australians and New Zealanders, but let's just say the only difference. I mean, let's be reasonable. The only difference between Aussies and Kiwis is that Kiwis say 6 and Aussies say 6. Alright? That's about it, to be honest. Looks like our ally just got stack wiped there. And Kiwis say, they say milk, and Aussies say milk. Yep. Pretty much it. Otherwise, exactly the same. Apart from Australians are mean to us for some reason, because we're like their big brother, we're little brother, basically. Alright. Innovativeness for relations, eh? Do we really care what these heathens think of us? They're not heathens though. But they're not part of the Ulm world order. So I don't think we care. I think take a little bit of innovativeness. Innovative trashness, which doesn't do anything. Look how bad it is. Like, whatever. It could be higher, to be fair, because we could be taking these 0.5s immediately. But we've put a lot of work into getting our being ahead in tech and so on, right, guys? And, you know, we're in a privileged position here. We accepted the Renaissance fairly quickly. And we have 11.3. And it does 0.1% army tradition decay. And 1.1 of all power costs. Wow, it's amazing, mate. So instead of 50 monarch points, this costs 49. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Now he's in the Rhine as well. If he could transfer trade to us, that would be good. We can always do with a little bit of transfer trade arena. Trickety transferify it. But we're increasing in power, lads, and that's what counts. Right? So he's doing a little bit of cheeky base race action. How's our war position? Just fine. We're ahead in admin anyway. I'm happy to be slightly inefficient with the admin. Oh, clones at war. It's kind of good because I want to go in against him, but it's kind of bad at the same time because this guy's sitting on my province. How dare you sit on my province? So it's Liege, eh? Liege is defending... No. Trier is attacking Mainz. Oh, wow! So Mainz is out of the thing, the trading company for some reason. The trade league. I always say trading company when I mean trade league. It's got something to do with my tiny little brains not working properly. Well, Clone might definitely just get separate pieced and his ally Mainz. See, I didn't want to cancel Mainz. You might say, why didn't you cancel Mainz? Because he's such a pathetic one province minor. Ah, Cardinal. Lads, woohoo! In Allspark, surprisingly. Why not Ulm? Who knows? Ulm is the most pimperino province in the world, obviously. And it's pretty high development. But, a Cardinal's Jud, though. Cardinal's real Jud. Getting some extra papal influence. Come on. How are you going to do me like this? Just siege him. We're not in the biggest hurry ever, as we do have some aggressive expansion is ticking down. So that's okay. Nice. Now, how are we doing? According to this, we're making profit. So I would love to do that. The autonomy is high. was wondering why this was so trash, this province. But why is the autonomy so high? I don't recall improving autonomy there. I'm confused, lads. I am genuinely confused. That makes a lot of sense. This is such a good province, but it's not for a long time. I guess we're going to do this. It should be fine. It should be mostly fine. It's not going to spawn for a while. And the 10 has gone away from the, you know, I mean, it's going to have some unrest, but that's totally worth it. We just dramatically improve this province. In fact, I just want to check. It was 0.2. Look at that. Yeah, that's going to become a good province over time. So, I think it has something to do with the state mechanic, guys. Leave the comments. Leave it in the comments, guys. I'm pretty sure it was because I kept exchanging it to different estates. But my impression was that it would be at 25% when we give it to an estate. And if we removed it, it would be at 25% and tapering off, and then you give it again. I think that's what it is, though. It's the only thing that can rationalize. The only way I can rationalize it in my tiny little brains is that we kept handing it off to different estates, and therefore each time it was 25% autonomy, I suppose. Because we conquered it, the base value was probably above 25%, and that's why it's effectively at 100%. So it came at a cost. I mean, it was worth it. We gained basically 350, is that right? 450 monarch points. Definitely worth it, but now we know. I think that's why that happened. Tell me if I'm correct, Amundo, or wrong. So, we can rival Brandenburg. Somehow the Teutonic Order is surviving. We could get him as an ally. But he needs to pull some... Like, the thing is, guys, we're getting strong enough to where Poland would be deterred from attacking the Teutonic Order if we allied him. But we would just get crushed. Like, let's be reasonable. We would just get crushed. So, if he was able to make, I don't know, some kind of alliance himself. It's slow motion, guys. It's slow motion. It's... The dream is real. How and why is Austria friendly? Nobody knows. Nobody knows, but it's the slow motion part of the movie, guys. We did it. We did it. We clicked the buttons. Yes. Yes. We got Austria. Okay. We can seriously rework. That's a good note to end this episode, guys. We got Austria. Gonna try to jump my relations up to the best of my ability here. So hopefully he doesn't demand unlawful territory, because if he demands it here, he'll probably take a penalty, become hostile, and then break our relations. But we can definitely rework our diplomacy quite a bit now that we've pulled Austria, and hopefully pulling Austria like that will allow us to, really no longer worry about some of the painful issues of being inside the Empire region. Now, speaking of which, aggressive expansion is just about pushed to the limits here. It would be really nice not to have that unlawful territory modifier with our vassal here, because if some of these taper off, it wouldn't take too long to be able to get him up to appropriate relations to integrate him here if we improved relations. Could give him a gift or something like that if we could afford it, but yeah, I'll definitely have a think about our diplomacy here in between the episodes. I think Salzburg for sure should be abandoned at this point. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Yep. And worst case scenario, we're won over, but I kind of like Ravensburg because he's rivaling Switzerland, as I already said. Yeah. And therefore, guys, the warning should, even if he is able to warn us because of compared strength, Austria, if we can maintain him as an ally, will no longer warn us, obviously, because he's our little cheeky friend. So I have to think about our rivalry. Maybe we should just throw it on Salzburg now. I definitely want to take his territory, there's no doubt about that. But yeah, I'll have to think about that stuff in between episodes. We now have Austria, so I'll probably end up reworking most of what we've got here, our diplomacy, over time. And eventually, of course, we're going to turn on Austria as well, as the very least of what I want is the entire German region, guys, because once we get imperial rank, all of the German region and / culture group fully accepted, and of course the goal to fully accept the culture of all of Europe and some maybe. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. Thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next episode.